All right, guys. So here's a couple foot sweeps I really like from the seated position. One we're going to start with is just when our partner is like shuffling their feet together or making a cross step. We're going to look to like learn how to time that foot and kick that foot out from underneath them, right? These foot sweeps probably have judo names, right? But I don't know judo names. So I just call them all foot sweeps, front leg, back leg. Don't really care. Okay. But what I'm looking for with my partner on this first one is the most common thing someone's going to do is probably shuffle their feet together. Now, to practice this realistically gets pretty hard, right? Because our partner starts to anticipate the foot sweep, right? And they start taking all their weight off or they start stepping unnaturally, making it really hard to practice. Okay. So, what I like to do is I have my partner take their cross leg and take this long, slow step as low and as slow to the mat as possible, really putting weight on that foot, making sure they're not bearing a ton of weight into their back leg. Okay. So with Sarah, she's going to look to start basically lifting her foot about an inch off the mat and just dragging it. And I'm going to look to practice following it. Okay. Once we're here, right, we do this a few times. Okay, right. So again, Sarah's going to look to start stepping, and I'm just going to look to start following that leg, kicking it out. Now, when you drill this, a lot of the time our partner is going to be able to catch their balance, right, because they know what's coming. Right. When we do this live, it's really about our partner kind of moving around, us anticipating, and us like kind of catching, right? When I catch live, most of the time that partner, my partner goes flying, unless I miss the timing, I kicked it too late, right? But I'm going to include a bunch of sample videos for you guys so you can kind of see how that works live, right? This one just becomes a really hard thing to drill. It's just like drilling throws. Anytime you start throwing someone or trying to foot sweep them, they want to anticipate it, right? And they try to get light, and it actually makes things a lot harder for us, right? Right. Well, let's just go over that same trip one more time. This partner is going to take that long cross step. I'm going to look to follow and kick it out. Okay. Right. The next one I really like here is if my partner's not making long cross steps or even like not making close together shuffle steps, and they're kind of more wide base, knees out, more like a wrestler, right? And she's like shuffle stepping, but like 2 inches apart. Okay, so like let's say she starts to step with her right foot. Yeah, there you go. And like her feet aren't coming super close together, make it a little harder to make that kick step. Okay, so now here instead, I'm going to look to attack the uh, the closer foot versus the cross side foot here, right? So as she goes to make the step, right, she's going to do that same thing where she kind of takes a long, slower step with this leg, and I'm going to look to catch it. So she'll start stepping, and I'm going to look to catch it here. Okay. Now, a lot of the time on this one, we end up wrestling up on a single leg, and I'll also show you how to finish it as a sweep. But usually, it's a lot of the time it's a lot easier to just start attacking, right? Like an ankle pick, right? So as we're here and I've caught in this, she's slightly off balance, right? What I like to do is I'll take my hand, I'm going to replace behind the heel, and now what I'm going to look to do is kind of cup her knee and turn her knee out. Now I'm not pushing her knee backwards and looking to hyperextend. I don't want to hurt her, right? I'm going to push her knee out and just plant that to the mat. This is kind of one of the easiest ways to hit the ankle pick from there. I can also wrestle up on that ankle pick. Now, if I do want to finish that sweep, I'll have to have the mechanical ability to kick, but not only kick, but pull my heel back to myself, right? So when I pull my heel back to myself, a lot of the time I actually lift my hip slightly off the mat or at least make it light so I can slide here, right? That slide is going to be super important because I want to pull her foot out from underneath her, right? If I just kick it, like let's say Sarah's leg gets light, you can stay in one spot, and I just kick it, a lot of time she's able to just catch her balance further versus if I pull it back into myself, okay? So Sarah takes that step, boom, I'm here, right? And then I want to pull to myself. So Sarah's going to take this step. I'm going to look to catch and pull to me, right? When I pull to me is a lot of the time where that sweep actually happens, okay? Now, like I said, more often than not, especially live, we're going to end up, she's going to step right? And we're gonna kick, and a lot of time we'll forget to pull to us, or the mechanic is just a lot harder. Okay, 90% of the time I'm going to an ankle pick here, right? But I do finish that ankle pick a ton.